I'm a feminist, but... Hello, Sydney! And I'm a feminist, but... sometimes when I fantasize about having sex with Don Draper from Mad Men, I pretend that in my head, I'm Megan, his younger, second hot wife. And the reason for that is because I want to imagine myself as this really fit go-go dancer type 1960s model with like a little flat cap and boots and a little mini skirt, looking all hot. But what I tell myself is that it's because I don't know that Don Draper wants to have sex with me, but I know he wants to have sex with Megan, so the sexual fantasy is more consensual.
I'm a feminist, but... Surprise, it's me. I'm a feminist, but this morning when I was at the airport, I was getting on the bus with my suitcases, and just as the bus pulled up, a man went, righto, and he said, let me, and he grabbed my suitcase, and I was very happy for that to happen. I did not even think twice about it, because it is very rare, with the way that I look, that happens to me. So I loved it.
Chivalry's alive and kicking. I'm a feminist, but I think I just said chivalry's still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
I'm a feminist, but... I find it impossible to really enjoy Shania Twain's song That Don't Impress Me Much. Because when she sings, okay, so you're Brad Pitt, that don't impress me much, I think, how must he feel listening to that? Bloody hell. All he can be is himself, you know?
There are people I feel sorrier for.
If Shania Twain brought out a song
that
contained the line, okay, so you're Grace Petrie, that don't impress me much, I'd be fucking devastated.
I'd be okay if Shania Twain knew my name.
I'd be all right with that. Well, it leads me to I'm a feminist, but the other day, Grace Petrie and I were talking about selling pictures of our feet. I think it was in jest, but, you know, cost of living crisis. And I said, oh, you probably are already on WikiFeet. And I looked it up, and Grace Petrie sadly is not on WikiFeet, but should be, so someone who's on there should make an account. If you don't know WikiFeet, does anyone not know WikiFeet? Just give us a cheer if you don't know WikiFeet. Okay, it's a place where it's like celebrities' feet rated. And it's usually women's feet, aren't bare feet or with like sandals so you can see their toes. It's never clothed feet. And someone has put 2 pictures of me on there. And so when I was looking up to see if Grace was on there, which sadly she wasn't, but should be, I checked my own, and I was delighted to see I'd gone up like 0.2 of a star. So that was nice. I was on 4 stars, and now I'm like 4.2, which I'm very excited about. But what I realised is underneath, I'd never seen these before, but there are little comments. People have bothered to leave comments about my feet, so that was nice. So I really enjoyed reading these comments. The first one says, from someone called Shrunken. Says, love her feet, shape is very nice, the red nail polish suits her. That's nice. I should say that there are very clear guidelines. It says, the comment section is intended for intellectual discussion over symmetry and aesthetics. Intellectual. Insultive, it's not a word I've ever heard, but I like it. Insultive, bigoted, sexually explicit comments and political discussions are prohibited. Political discussions? I don't know how that would come into it, but still, I'm glad that's banned. Describing of fantasies is prohibited. Disappointing. Video links must follow the same standards as photos. In short, stay classy. Well done, WikiFeet. Well done, stay classy. So the first person says the nail polish suits her. That's an intellectual discussion of my feet. The second one is from Herbie. Herbie says, don't like our podcast. But she has sexy feet. I'll give her 5 stars just because I like her feet. Herbie, look, I'll take it however I can get it. Says, I'll give her 5 stars just because I look her feet, but she seems to be a little bit of a hypocrite to me. Well, I think Herbie's just listened to the opening of the podcast, which is all I'm a Feminist But is about confessing our hypocrisies. I think he stopped listening, didn't go any further, has made an assumption. But listen, Herbie's main thing is not feminism. I can tell that. I don't think that's why Herbie gets up in the morning. Herbie gets up in the morning for feet, and he likes my feet. And the final one has posted a video. It's a screen grab, I guess, of the Guilty Feminist. I haven't clicked on it. That says, it tells you the minute I talk about it, it says, talking about this site. So I guess I've talked about it on the Guilty Feminist before. Seems fine with the page, wants a higher rating. And I guess that's why I've gone up a point of a little of a star.
How did they get pics of your feet?
Well, there's one promo shot where I'm sitting cross-legged on a sofa and you can just see my feet.
Okay.
And that was just like a little kind of...
So just like off the internet, like...
Yeah.
You don't send them
come
in.
to my house. No. And there was one, I was on a red carpet, I was in sandals and my toes are peeping through.
Oh, right.
No, they don't come to your house and take pictures of your feet.
Well, so, Grace, how many pics of your feet are on the internet?
This night is not going how I thought it was going to go.
Because maybe that's why...
I'm more of a closed lesbian, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, so we're not on Wiki Feet because our feet aren't available.
Oh. Well, we don't know that you're not on it, Geraldine. Do you know that you're not on it?
I'm not on it, no.
Okay, all right.
I look it up every day.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Tonight, backstage, we're going to take some pictures.
No, we're not.
You know those pictures people take of the beach of themselves on a sun lounger so you can just see their feet in the pool? We're going to do that tonight backstage. Then I'm going to upload them onto my Instagram and someone here is going to build Wiki Feet accounts for Grace and for Geraldine.
This story ends with you getting cancelled so hard, by the way. I can see it happening in real time. I'm like, no!
I don't think so. It's for intellectual discussion of aesthetics of feet. And we are nothing at the Guilty Feminist if not intellectual. We love to discuss aesthetics. And also, we're very sex positive. So we're all about, listen, sex drives are human and most people have got one of some sort. So
I'm a feminist, but I interrupt.
When things get awkward?
Women, when they're trying to talk, but no, I'm a feminist, but I could only name a few Matildas, and not all of them are current players. I'll do it. Mary Fowler, because she was on the news today. But she's going to be a Barbie. Did you know about that?
No.
Great, we'll talk about that later.
Just for our international audience, this is a football team, right?
The Matildas?
Yeah.
It's the Australian women's football team, or soccer team.
Yeah. No, so just for our international audience, I'm saying, I know. I'm just saying, for the global audience, they're not all going to know. So.
Global, they know. I'm going to name all the players that I know. Mary Fowler, Sam Kerr, Elise Perry, Alex Chidiac, because my neck, my back, my Alex Chidiac.
Wow. If anyone's getting cancelled, it's not me.
Yeah. And Thea Slatya, because she's a friend of mine.
Name drop there.
Yeah.
But she's got a wiki feet.
Yeah. I'm a feminist, but when we recently moved into a new house and it has a cellar, which is quite dark and a bit damp and like covered in spiders, and my girlfriend said to me, I'm never going down there again because I'm too pretty. And I just fucking fell for that hook, line and sinker. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that for you, babe.
I've done worse this afternoon. Are we ready to start the show? feminists. Kylie Jackson, tour manager, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's so wonderful to be back in Sydney here at the Enmore Theatre. Oh, I'm so delighted. So just, Sydney, I haven't seen you for a while. Just cheer if you listen to The Guilty Feminist. Cheer if you don't know what you're at. Hey, notice how those cheers are far less certain. Less feminist, if you will. By the end of the show, don't worry, you'll be on board. It's not a cult, lock the doors. I know, I'm delighted you've come. This is, if you don't know what this is, it's a podcast, and we're recording, so should you do a laugh, you'll hear it later when you listen. It's like that one. That was a great example. Great example. That person will hear that laugh and go, that was definitely me, I remember that. So yeah, you'll listen back. It's about feminism, it's funny, but we can change gears, so don't be surprised if there's some sad or angry bits. That's it. Just give us a cheer if it's your first time out at a live Guilty Feminist show. Just give us a cheer if you've been before. Excellent. Oh, I'm delighted there's some enthusiasm down here at the front, especially. Yes, absolutely. You were in first, you bought the seat first. You were like, bang. First, oh, they bought the seat first? Yes, okay. But you came together, are you both big listeners?
Yes, I brought this one as well.
Oh, you brought this one as well. Are they a new convert? Okay. No. I've never heard you before, but I think you're great. 5 stars on WikiFeet. Thank you very much. That's another 5 stars in the bank on WikiFeet. I feel like my rating's going to skyrocket tonight. I'm on 4.2, but I want to be 5 by the end of the night. The interval is heavy work for you. Just be on there, blah, blah, blah. You've got to log in, though. You've got to create an account in order to log in. I know. And that's the Rubicon many people do not wish to cross. You know, many people with an interest in feet go, oh, is this where it starts? Slippery slope. Many people without an interest in feet here might go, well, I don't have an interest in feet yet, but do I want one? And is it going to become an obsession? I've already got Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok, and now I'm going to have to check my wiki feed every 5 minutes just to see if anyone's yes-anded my comment. It's a difficult place. Just give us a cheer if you think you've got a feminist job, and that could be a job of work you get paid for, it could be a volunteer role, it could be a project you're doing. Give us a cheer. I'll give us a cheer if you think you've got the most feminist job in the room. Oh, there's some bold people there. Bold. Just anyone from this direction who cheered? Yes, up here? What do you think? Oh, here. Okay, here. Up. Yes, waving. You train disadvantaged women to be carpenters. You take women who've been left in the margins, who've had a really difficult start in life, and you turn them into Jesus, basically. You go, full Jesus training. Excellent. And that's your full-time job. Do you get out of bed and you go, right, there's a woman who wants to be a carpenter? You train them and then you employ them? All right. There must be people in this audience who need carpentry or could find a little job. Or a big job. Would you fit wardrobes and things like that? All sorts of construction. Restoring old houses. Heritage, Sydney, heritage. So just give us a cheer if you ever hired a carpenter. Okay. Give us a cheer if you at some point might need a carpenter or are thinking, oh, okay. Loads of people want services. You're going to be overrun. Okay, what's the name of your carpentry place? Women Trade Up. What a great name. So from now on, if you have any carpentry needs, you're going to go to Women Trade Up. Women Trade Up, absolutely. If you are inundated and we break your website, we're really, really, really sorry. You're a dinosaur, so there's no website. Okay, somebody's got to build... Sorry, I don't want to assume your name or your gender or anything like that. Well, obviously I won't assume your name. That would be a wild stab in the dark. Just gonna go out on a limb. Katie. Is it Katie? No. Okay, well, I gave it a go. Well, Simone. Okay, Simone. You don't have a website. Okay, you'll build it. Excellent. What's the name of... Are you a professional website builder or just someone who reckons you can give it a go? Just someone who's filled with the holy feminism and is like, I can do it! What was that? You've got qualifications. Excellent. We won't ask to see them, don't worry. What's your... Do you have your own business? One day you will. At the moment, do you work for someone else? You work for your uterus? Oh, you're on parental leave. Okay. There's a uterus situation. I'm not 100% clear, but I am absolutely prepared to believe that currently you are employed by your uterus, but you have time to moonlight to build... Is it trade women? No, I know it's Simone, but it's trade women. Women trade up. I was going to say trade women up, and I went, that's definitely not right. That's definitely not it. That wasn't what it was. Women trade up. Okay. So there's Simona. What's your name? Kate. I'm Darren Brown. I'm feminist Darren Brown. I mean, I was just a little early. Okay, so Kate, how do we connect you with Trade Women Up? Is there a bar out the front where you could meet in the interval? Or, if you don't find each other for any reason... You'll be in the disabled loo. Okay. She's got a uterus situation. So, Simone, could you either meet Kate in the disabled loo? This is so feminist. This is like feminism on feminism on feminism on feminism on feminism. I feel the weight of... But then the light. If you don't meet, could both of you just email guiltyfeminist@gmail.com? Is it that right? I think it is. Just message us. Just go to the Guilty Feminist website and message us, and we will connect the two of you if for any reason. Does anyone believe themselves to have the least feminist job? Anyone got an unfeminist job? Just a generic unfeminist job? Just give us a cheer. Marketing? Well, it depends what you're marketing. You might be marketing Women Trade Up. We don't know. Kate is about to do Women Trade Up. Anyone reckon they've got an unfeminist job? Yes? Just one person. What's your job? You work in advertising? You sound so sad. Do you, because I find this, do you do secret Trojan horse feminism, do little things to try and make the world a better place within advertising? Because I find most of my audience who reckon they've got an unfeminist job are secretly changing the world, often more than people who are in ostensibly feminist jobs, because they're fucking the system up from the inside. And the number of women who have said to me, when I've gone, isn't that illegal? They've gone, oh, I don't care, I don't like the job. Or like, they'll say the name of the company and I'm like, you're going to get caught. And they're like, they would never listen to a feminist podcast, and if they do, fuck it, I want out. So, do you do anything secretly feminist in your advertising role? A little bit of Trojan horse. If you don't, that's the way to feel less sad about what you do. Because at the moment you're like, oh God, no. Pro bono, you could advertise Women Trade Up. How about that? Do you think that's something you could take into your company and say, look, this is amazing. This would be great for us as an advertising company because we would get a lot of kudos from this. Do you reckon you could go in and do that? No. Not with that attitude. No. Definitely not. Why couldn't you do that? Why couldn't you ask? You'd be amazed. It's post-production. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to give you something here. I'm going to save this. Guys, don't worry, I'm going to turn this around. Don't worry, I'm in charge of this oil tanker. We're going to turn the fuck around. Okay. So that you get an ad that's for a BMW or KFC or something, and you have to make it look zhuzhy, so that when it goes on the telly or at the cinema, everyone goes, oh, yeah, I really actually do want a bucket of KFC. And I'll go and pick it up in my new BMW that I can't really afford. And that's why you feel sad. Okay, all right, so you're doing post. Okay. Is there anybody in this audience who could film something, just a short promo video for Women Trade Up? Because she needs to do some post-production or something she fucking believes in. A little viral that we can put on the Guilty Feminist Instagram. We could put it out there. Yes? Who's that? I'm totally up for it. Totally up for it, yes! Come on! We have created a mighty network here tonight. What is the thing? What do you do? Do you... You make telly! Oh my God! We have a coven! We have a coven! 4 is a coven! I would say 3 is a coven, but 4 pushes you over into coven deluxe. And if I get involved in this too, so that we can figure out ways of sharing it and stuff, that's 5. That's proper. That's maxi coven. Now with wings. All right, I don't think we're going to do better than that. We found the most feminist job in the room, the least feminist job in the room, and 2 amazing bridges in between, who are all going to meet at the disabled loo. Just to be clear, don't go to the disabled loo unless you need to. That's a uterus situation. She can. The rest of you would have to go to the regular loo, but also I think we're allowed to use the men's loo tonight. Is that true? Yeah. Let's just say the loos are gender neutral. If they're not, they are now. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I have said it, so it's going to be really difficult to stop it. Always easier to get forgiveness than permission. So you're going to meet outside the disabled loo. If anyone can't find anyone, you email me or you slide into our DMs and we connect into a big email coven and we get this puppy ready. When I come back to Sydney next time, hopefully it'll already be viral and everything by then. Everyone here has to share it and make it viral. Do you have an Instagram account or anything? You don't know how to make it work. Is anyone good at socials and wants to be in the coven? Okay, what's your name? Libby. Okay, Libby will make it work. Okay, great. So Libby will make it work. Libby, you're in the coven, disabled loo, otherwise slide into the DMs. Okay. It's a dream come true. We need to come together more often because this is what happens when we come together and we say what we need and then we say we want some energy in the room. This is Sydney feminism at its finest. People getting together and it's fun and it's energizing and it makes you feel more powerful to kind of stand up for stuff in whatever you're doing in life, whether you see street harassment, whether you see something in HR at work, whatever it is. It makes you feel like stepping forward and going, yeah, I'm part of this energy. So thank you so much tonight for everybody who said that they wanted to get involved. If there's another way in which you'd like to get involved in promoting women trade up, maybe you have an HR role or something like that where you think, yes, we could help people find their way towards the organisation, or you're a tradie yourself and you think I could volunteer to help somebody and train somebody. Whatever it is that you want to do, try and get involved if you're in Sydney, because it's a lovely thing. And if all you can do is get involved by sharing it, telling people, ordering a wardrobe you don't need, anything will do. Anything will do. A cabinet. Are you saying you need something? You always need a wardrobe. Wise words, wise words. Who hates their wardrobe now? Just give us a cheer. There you go. Commissions. You're going to need a lot more women to make the wardrobes. This has just got significantly bigger than Simone ever wanted it to. Simone was like, I was just trying to do a sweet little cottage industry thing on the side. I was just trying to train a few women and employ them. That's all I was trying to do, just a few more hours a week. And now, unfortunately, she runs a behemoth foundation. And now will have no home life. And isn't that what feminism is about? Hello, Guilty Feminists. This is Deborah, just popping in with a few quick announcements. We are coming to the Edinburgh Fringe. We're doing 3 shows at the Gilded Balloon in the museum on the 12th, the 13th and the 14th of August at 7:40pm. And we have an incredible lineup for you. On the 12th of August, Catherine Bohart and I will be talking to Helen Bauer, and there will be poetry from Vanessa Kasule, a favourite of mine. On the 13th of August, Kate Checker and I will be talking to Emma Siddy, and there will be music from Isabel Rogers. And finally, on the 14th, it will be me and Chloe Petts talking to Lara Racote with music from Katie Norris. As you can see, every show will be different, so why not come to all 3? You can book now by going to guiltyfeminist.com and clicking on live shows. And speaking of shows, which are different every night, we're also producing the amazing storytelling show 16 Postcodes, which is at the Pleasance Courtyard every day at 3:30pm. Jessica Regan has lived in 16 different postcodes since moving to London from Ireland 20 years ago. And every day, audience members will help her to choose which stories she tells. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll rent, because you won't be able to afford to buy. If you've lived in any number of flats or postcodes, or you sometimes feel a bit adrift, this show is for you. To book tickets, go to edfringe.com and search for 16 postcodes. And we'll be back in London on the 8th of September at King's Place as part of the London Podcast Festival. And our old friend Jessica Foster-Q and I will be talking to the very wonderful, very glamorous Dawn O'Porter about her new novel, Honeybee. Once again, for tickets, go to guiltyfeminist.com and click on live shows. If you want an ad-free version of this show, you can get it by going to patreon.com/guiltyfeminist and supporting us from as little as £2.50 a month. You can also do the same with Acast Plus or Apple Podcasts. And if you felt like leaving us a 5-star review, we would love you forever. It helps other people find the podcast, and that is a good thing. And now, back to the Guilty Feminist.
Are we ready to start the nuts and bolts of this podcast? Will you please welcome to the stage the incredible Geraldine Hickey!
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Would you like to be a carpenter? Because I've just found an amazing opportunity.
Would I like a carpenter?
No, would you like to be a carpenter?
Yes. What?
What was that? Oh. Okay, for the listeners at home who won't have heard that, I suspect it was one of Simone's friends heckling so early in the show, and this was the heckle. Simone just said, would you like to do a carpenter?
Yes, if you... my wife likes a bit of carpentry, so...
So you're already doing a carpenter, is what you're saying? It was for her last birthday. It was her 40th this year, so I had to get her a big present, and I got her a table saw. So yeah, it's still in the box. But was that your encouragement to her to do some carpentry, or had she expressed an interest?
Oh, she had expressed an interest many times.
She's like, I'd just love to carpent.
Yeah, I just want to carpet, cut and yeah.
I'd just love to get in there and bang things into other things.
Yeah, I want to build stuff and
saw and yeah. There is something very sexy about carpentry, isn't there?
Yes, watching someone build something, and then you've got like somewhere to put stuff at the end. Like it's practical as well. Like it's very satisfying.
Appeal.
Yeah,
practical sex appeal is true.
Yeah.
Sometimes my husband has erected some flat pack furniture. There's always a lot of swearing.
Yeah, my wife, she loves it. She just gets on YouTube and then hopes for the best. If only there was somewhere where she could learn.
I think
women trade up.
Women trade up. I think, but the women's trade up is, I think, for women who don't already have a job. Sorry, this dress on this sofa is a real minefield, isn't it? It's not at all what I was thinking it was going to be. I think I'm going to have to sit forward a bit.
Okay.
Because while this is a wrap dress...
Yeah, this couch goes back very far.
It's a bit low. It's a bit... This
you need like a solid cushion back there, or we'll sit on...
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. This is really natural, isn't it? Yeah. Carpentry's a real rom-com job, isn't it? But only for men. Like in rom-coms, a woman always meets a really inappropriate man who in every way, shape and form pisses her off and is absolutely incompatible with her. However, what he can identify about her is that she really wants to open a cupcake shop. And he's the only one that can really help her get there because he can see it and he believes in her.
Yeah, he sees it and then he does the renovations.
That's what,
yeah.
Or he wants to create, and this is really common, handcrafted coffee tables. Again and again and again, he would like to do that, but he's a loser. He all other ways. Like all he does is sit around and smoke dope. He's got a bong. It's hilarious. Talks to his best mate. His best mate's pretty gross. Like it was just bloke. Very incompatible with her. She's out of his league. She's an executive, probably in advertising, but she wants to break out and bake cakes, and no one will let her. And for some reason, although she's together in every single other way, she can't fight her way out of advertising into cakes. Until he sees the cakes within. He sees them rise. He believes them. He says, no, it's not, you don't want to do advertising, you want to do caking.
Yeah.
And then, but she sees in him, you're not really an unemployed, dope-smoking waste of space. You have a handcrafted table in you. When she gets the handcrafted table out of him and he gets the cupcakes out of her,
match made in boom.
They then are incompatibly linked for the all future.
Yeah. And it'll be set in a a small southern town.
Ideally.
Yeah.
That would be good if it were.
Can I tell you a story? Before I came out as a lesbian, like I'd spent a lot of time in the closet, and I invented because someone asked me like, who's your ideal man? And I was like, oh, yeah. And so my ideal man was, his name was Luke. And Luke was a carpenter. And like, he drove like a green ute. And like we met like at a pub on a Friday afternoon, and he thought I was really funny.
Is this a real man or a man you've imagined?
No, I've made him up.
Right.
Yeah.
So at the time, this was the story that you told people?
Yeah, this is like, because I was trying to convince myself that I was totally straight.
Right.
And so I invented this ideal man who was Luke, the carpenter, that I met at the pub because he thought I was funny and he drove a green ute. And then we started dating, and then we eventually get married, but we would flip houses, so we'd buy and, do it up. So, but we could do that because I got along really well with his parents. And so...
Such a long fantasy.
Yeah, we'd go and stay at his parents' house. Like, I'd go and stay with them while, he could do the renos and stuff.
It's just so complicated.
Yeah.
So if someone says, who's your ideal man, in the pub when you were, 18 and,
No,
thinking...
this is, 15 years ago.
I don't know how old you were, so I don't know what that
is. I should have, yeah.
So you're in your 20s, presumably, in this scenario.
In my 20s.
You're in your 20s, and someone says, Jez, you're in the banter in the pub, Jez, what's your ideal man? And you say, his name's Luke, he drives a green ute.
Luke,
he's because it feels like people are going to go, there's a lot of complexity to the story.
Yeah.
It's almost as if she's...
We didn't start with Luke. It started with, he's a carpenter, I reckon. Like, he's had... maybe he's a tradie. Like, he was definitely a tradie. And then they just... my friends just asked questions after questions. And then by the end, it was like, well, what's his name? It was like, Luke. And, it's like, guess who? Luke.
I'm really glad you're not with him.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a straw man.
Yes.
What he was.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was. I always thought I'd end up with someone called Nick, but I'd call him Nicholas.
Oh.
Any Nicholases in the audience? Oh, okay.
Hello, Nicholas.
Well, come to the stage door afterwards. We'll have a look. I'm kidding. This is The Guilty Feminist, the podcast in which we explore our noble goals as 21st century feminists and the hypocrisies and insecurities which... I think that's the bit that he heard and said I was a hypocrite. That's right. All right. 5 out of 5. All right. Are you ready to hear some stand-up comedy?
I'll do it.
Then please welcome to the stage the incredible Geraldine Hickey.
Sup, fuckers. I went to Edinburgh last year, and I'm going to put that down. Went to Edinburgh last year, and here's the thing: I've been to Edinburgh a couple of times before, but I'd never gone up Arthur's Seat. And when you go to Edinburgh, everyone's like, "Oh, you've got to go up Arthur's Seat." you've got to go up Arthur. Oh, it's a beautiful view up Arthur's Seat. You know, when I go to Edinburgh, I like to go up Arthur's Seat every day. Yeah. I'd always wanted to do it, but I'd never gone up. Nobody knows who Arthur is, by the way. I don't know whether there's a seat up there for Arthur or the whole thing's a seat. I think it's an extinct volcano, so maybe the whole thing, just that room for a big bum. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I've been a couple of times, but I'd never gone up, and I'd always regretted not doing it. Every time I left, I'd be like, oh, damn, I wanted to do that. And to be honest, I was always waiting for an invitation from someone that had already done it, like that I could go with them, because they would know what to expect and stuff, and I could just tag along. That did happen, but not from anyone that I wanted to go up Arthur's Seat with. So when I was there last year, the second morning I was there, I woke up and I went, I don't need to wait for an invitation. I can just go, yeah? It's just me, I'll just go, right? And so I looked on my phone, I looked on Google Maps, and from where I was staying, it said it was a half an hour walk. And I was like, oh, I could do that. And then I went to go, but the weather was a bit grim. Yeah, it was like overcast, it was drizzly, and I thought, maybe I should do this another day. And then I thought, hang on a second, this is Scotland. If I wait for nice weather, I'll be coming up excuses every day not to do this. So I went, no, it's fine, I can do it. Like, I'm a lesbian, I've got a good backpack, and I was a girl guide. I've got my jacket, I've got waterproof shoes, let's go, right? So I started walking, and as I was walking, the weather cleared a little bit, and I was just like, oh, this is actually all right. And I was walking, and I just thought, you know what, maybe I'm going to be one of those people that does this every day. And then half an hour later, I found out that Google Maps had lied. And I was at the bottom of Arthur's Seat. Just at the bottom. Made me think of all those people go, oh, you've got to go up Arthur's Seat. I like to go up Arthur's Seat every day. And I'm like, do you? Or do you just come here? Yeah. Now, to get up Arthur's Seat, there's no one path to get up there. There's, multiple different tracks and stuff. You can just walk across the grass. And that's what I looked up and went, oh, all right. I walked across the grass and I joined a track and I started going up. Now, the way people talk about going up Arthur's Seat, oh, you've got to go up Arthur's Seat, they make it sound like it's a lovely stroll, yeah? I would describe it more as treacherous mountain terrain, yeah? I spent a lot of time on all fours, yeah? Just... the weather got worse, there was more rain, I was, slipping on sharp rocks, I'm hauling, and then, the times that I could walk upright, just heaving. I don't know what it... I think I'm a reasonably fit person, yeah? I can run 10K and do push-ups. Not on the same day. But... for some reason, going up an incline, that's okay. You get to that, all of a sudden my body's like, nah, we've never done a day of exercise in our life. Lung capacity, it's gone. You don't have it anymore. See ya, right? So I was heaving. Eventually, though, I make it to the top. I'm the only one there. Yeah? Oh, I like to go up Arthur's Seat every day. Oh, really? Looks like I'm the only dickhead that's gone up today. Yeah? I don't know if that was 100% true because the fog was so thick. There could have been other people there. I don't know. Oh, it's a beautiful view up Arthur's Seat. Is it? It's just a blanket of white. That's all I can see. I did make it to the top and then I, walked over, got to the other side and the fog did clear a little bit. And just enough for me to see the very wide path that just gently meanders its way down. And I looked at that and thought, I reckon that's the way that everyone goes. Thanks very much. That'll be good for the stand-up comedy.
Geraldine, Hickey, everybody!
All right. Our next guest is a Wiradjuri poet whose work appears in Australian and international journals and anthologies. In 2023, she was the inaugural winner of the University of Cambridge First Nations Writers in Residence Scholarship and won several fellowships and international residencies. Alison's poetry appeared in the Best of Australian Poems 2022 and 2023, and I expect will in 2024. And she has been recognised in numerous poetry prizes. Her first full-length collection of poetry, Not Telling, will be out this year with Puncher and Watman. Please put your hands together and make an incredible welcome in guilty feminist noises for Alison J. Barton!
I'm going to read 3 poems, and the first is called Ink Embers. Voice like air, like glass, like a mirror, a reading where men break. I am strength, and you are want, need, talk, quiet. A loose brick in a wall, tilted like a note in a line of music. Didn't you see your symptom in the room? In writerly states, veiled and loaded. You had an outskirt without witness. We arrived as we left. Your book was returned ceremoniously to the shelf. I perfect my voice to say this: you are lost. The way to Sylvia's grave and back. Cambridge behind me, I left the part that couldn't be faced, everything a mother forbids, and thought, I've always wanted to be a small woman. What was every day made of for her, filling time, knowing what was coming, her head against the concrete, what it took to go to the oven. How could such a giant be buried here, such a monolith dead, I gasped. Reduced to so shriveled a cask. Her work a triumph, she a triumph. No one will find the suicide journals, the angry hate fuck books, she must have thought. I took the bus back down the long slope, her earliest works at my wrist. She was the first and last to say, I have lived here before. Her critical error that she should have waited. I have her tyrant in me, keeping me in order, filling the pages, lying. Buried light. Next to bones, what ledger of curiosity brought ghosts to this land, funerals to these camps, and lulled us to grief? We wore trauma and looked lived in. We blacked moths at sunrise. Our deaths writ large, imagined in the dark, buried in the wild. We were bound by an era, by registers of speech. We made the shape of eagles with our hands and summoned our injuries. We spoke with foreign mouths, as if burying light with forged blades. By rough white skies, we found ancestors together in our talk, injected ourselves with the impression of spirits. Afloat in a cold haze, the silver underside of a shrub bristled the bank, lit the thin of our skin. Resting in the water over family sandprints, we watched silently, not worrying on future catastrophes. There would be no congregation that year. Tell me of losing home, of light on dark sound, of the privileged many. Where will we go after this, caught by the hair of a skull, the scalp of a neck, backbone bold, waiting for the sun to settle the torture in us all? He will leave this site. He is missed along the walls. Thank you.
Alison J. Barton, everybody!
Alison, I got into your poetry online, and you're one of my favourite poets now. Can you tell me, where can we see more of you, hear more of you, or buy your book?
I'm on Instagram as Alison J. Barton. I'm very easily searchable on there. And I have a website, alisonjbarton.com.
Excellent. And when's the book out?
It's out in August.
It's out in August, and
Yes.
it's called?
Not Telling.
Not Telling, out in August. Could you please tell us at The Guilty Feminist when it's available for order, and we can pop it on The Guilty Feminist so these people can hear, and we can put it on the Instagram.
Yes.
But watch out for it, because I think it would make a great birthday present for everyone you know.
I also think that.
Yeah. At Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, I think this would be a great present. We need to read more poetry. I don't know if you know this, but making a living as a poet in 2024 isn't as easy as it once was in the Renaissance. So...
Which I have no experience during.
Yeah, so get in and buy it. Did you enjoy it? Then please give it up for Alison J. Barton!
Thank you so much.
Well done. Now it's almost time for interval, but you're going to have a great interval. I won't see you again after the final act of this half. So, no, you'll see me in the second half. Don't worry. It's a very short... You've got attachment issues, because that's... I'm literally talking about bringing an act on and then going just for a quick drink and then coming back, and I'll be here again. It's all right. I'm adopted too. I know. I'm just explaining how the night will go. Now, if you're interested in joining the coven, it's apparently near the disabled loo. I don't know if there's more than one, and there'll be multiple covens springing up. If you're just interested in how it's going to go, obviously gather round them and watch. I don't know how it's going to go, but you might find your own coven. There's probably people here you'll run into. People tell me at the Guilty Feminist they always see people they haven't seen in a year since then. Oh, hello, because you're all doing different, feminist things probably. So try and meet somebody new if you're standing next to someone in the loo or the bar to say, what do you do? See if you can start a new coven, by which I mean WhatsApp group, and you might find something else feminist you can do, connections you can make, other events you can go to, things you can support. So try and meet someone new in the interval, and we will check in with Simone and Kate and whoever else, how it went, whether you found each other. I'm so excited. And how that went for Women Trade Up. All right, now, the final guest of this half is somebody who I dare not travel without. I dread the day when she says, Deborah, I can't come with you from the UK to Australia for the Guilty Feminist because I feel people will throw things. She is somebody I absolutely adore travelling with. She's a great friend of mine and truly a musician and artist who inspires me. Put your hands together and make incredible woohing noises for Leicester legend and feminist fatale. It's Grace Petrie!
Hello, Sydney! How are you folks doing? Is anybody in here single tonight? Yes. I myself recently got engaged. Thank you very much. That sounded like a weird... I was really negging the single people there, wasn't I? I didn't mean it that way. Anyone in here single? Sucks to be you. No, I didn't mean it that way. If you are single, particularly if you're recently single, I feel your pain. I've written many songs about that myself. This is a song that I wrote after I had just been very recently dumped a few years ago, and I was in that phase immediately after a breakup where you're kind of trying to work out what went wrong, you know? I hadn't been seeing this woman for very long, but it was a real surprise to me, the breakup, and I was in that phase, where I was desperately trying to work out, what had gone wrong, and I was talking about it loads with my friends, and I was sort of thinking about it loads with my friends, and I was sort of analysing it loads with my friends, and it took me a really long time to notice that my friends didn't find this as interesting as I did. And whenever I play this at a gig, this song, and I tell that story, there's always somebody in here with a friend who's in that position right now. So if you're recently dumped and your friend is going, I'm afraid it's you, okay? And this is my advice to you. If you're trying to get over a breakup, do what I did, right? Watch Frozen. And hidden within the feminist text of Frozen, you will find the wisdom that you need to move on. This song is called Princess Elsa Blues. And it goes like this. Well, last night in the pub, I realised I was being tolerated, not enjoyed. I saw it there reflected in friends' eyes. I've become the kind of person I avoid. Well, I woke up feeling rough and wondering when my needle got stuck on a groove called you. And as I reached for Alka-Seltzer, the wisdom of Elsa came to me, and now I know what I must do. Because living without you, I've gotten pretty good. Just need to stop talking about you like my friends all wish I would. And I don't understand what happened, but I guess I'll never know. I don't need to go to a palace made of snow. I just need to let it go. Now epiphanies can come from anywhere, from the sunrise or the verses of Shakespeare. But it wasn't Sylvia Plath or Nietzsche that turned out to be my teacher. It was Disney had the words I had to hear. Because living without you, I've gotten pretty good. Just need to stop talking about you like my friends all wish I would. And I don't understand what happened, but I guess I'll never know. I don't need to go to a palace made of snow. I just need to let it go, let it go. Can't hold me back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. And all those times I just wouldn't be told. Well, now I finally broke out this chokehold. And all the times you were cold never bothered me anyway. Because living without you, I've gotten pretty good. Just need to stop talking about you like my friends all wish I would. I don't understand what happened, but I guess I'll never know. And I need to go to a palace made of snow. I just need to let it go. I just need to let it go. I just need to let it go.
So that was the first half. Join us for part 2, which should be in your feed right now.